Hello there, David here from 0x447. Yet another video from a memory dump from my head. This time we are going to work mainly on a Lambda function because the issue that I'm having right now is I have, or rather we have, a bunch of AWS products, AWS Marketplace. If we go to the marketplace, we search for the company name, maybe not. There you go. We can see that we have 3 products right now on the market that we sell. And so the problem here is the whole process of having products on the marketplace is very clunky and very time consuming to do any changes and modifications and whatnot. And one of the things that is annoying is when we have a cloud formation file. Let me just pick the right one. I think here. So let's say that we have the OpenVPN server. And we have in our, so we provide a complementary CloudFormation file for the product. So it's easy to just click a button and deploy the thing with minimal configuration. And to do so, you have to have a mapping of all the AMI IDs of the product that is in the AWS Marketplace. And to get those IDs, you can run a CLI like so. And as you can see, you have to run this, for example, get back the results, and which are formatted in the wrong way. It's not JSON, and then you have to copy and paste and replace these values every time you make an update. And so it takes on average 30 minutes because you have to run it, you have to clean the results, you have to then copy and paste, you have to then double check, didn't you do a mistake, and all of that. So it's annoying, and we can make a nice tiny Lambda, which should not take too long to do, to basically do the same thing, run in a loop this command for each region, and then create a nice JSON file that we can just copy and paste in our next update or the next product that we have. So that's the goal of this video. So I started already making a new repository, which we are going to call product marketplace AMI ID Lambda, right? So this Lambda will, what will it do? Will get the AMI ID of a AWS Marketplace product for each selected region. Okay, so yeah, let's make this public. I hate this that now everything is private. Okay, so we do that. And we crunch the numbers, and what do we get? Okay, so now we are going to clone this locally so we can start working on it, right? So we do this, we clone, we do add, we search, we see what we find. And in a different video, I'm going to work on the CloudFormation files just to keep these videos a little bit shorter than usual, so they're a little bit more digestible, I'd say. Okay, so we have this, we have our Lambda, we have our index, we have the annoying pop-up from GitHub Desktop. That's pretty much it. So now if in the terminal go inside and find product, what was it? Marketplace. npm install to install the AWS SDK because we need that. In the meantime, we can make a nice description for this Lambda. And I think in this IDE version, I didn't set all the settings correctly. Anyway, npm run locally. And step 1, step 2, okay, cool. So we don't have the .env file, so let's make one. So now we have it. Perfect. So then I can copy and paste the keys to make requests on our behalf. So now if we run it again, it's not going to complain that the file doesn't exist. Perfect. So that's one thing. Let me think. Okay, so let me first add the secrets here. The key to access the make requests on AWS from the API. What do we have here? Development testing. Okay, got it. So I will take this offline, meaning on the other side of the screen. And let's see if we can copy this, paste it here. And off we go, and the same for this. And that's also good. So we did it. And we're back online. Okay, so now what do we need? So we have the SDK ready. So we now need to go to AWS SDK Node.js. Click on the first link, API documentation, and now we need to figure out. Okay, so this is EC2, right? So we have to look for EC2 service, and then we need to describe something. Describe, what can we describe here? Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Describe. Hey, there we go. Describe. What are we describing? Images. Then in this case, if we do images, describe the specified image AMI key are available on your old blah blah blah. Okay, cool. So that's oh, cool. So you can provide an array of even AMIs, which is nice. Too bad you cannot provide a list of regions. How do you do the region stuff? Including public and private image that you own and private image owned by AWS accounts for which have explicit launch permission. Recently, the register image appear in the result for a short interval period of time. Blah 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 blah. Oh, here are the options. Dry run, executable user, filters, image IDs, owners. Right, so image IDs, that's not what we want. We want the owners. Okay, so, okay, let's see what we have here. So in step 1, we are going to put this, and then we're going to make it pretty, because right now it's a big mess. We care about owners. We don't care about dry running. Executable users. What is that? Filters, name, owners, dry run. Scopes the images by users with explicit launch permission. Okay, whatever. Filters. What can we filter here? Architecture, image ID, just there. Like actually, you might need that. And there is no way to provide the region within the thing. So I'm assuming to get all the regions, we have to literally change it when we create the object, the AC2 object. Okay, so sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here. So dry run out, executable user, still no idea what that is. Filters, we care, I guess. Owners, we care. So filter, I want just the image ID. I don't care about anything else. What? Value? Any value. Filters. The filters. The ID of the image. Okay. Why there's value? It's an array. What is happening? Is there an example of this? No. So okay, let's skip the filter for now, because there is no clear explanation how this thing should even be formatted. Because it makes no sense. It's like name and then values. What values? I want values back. I don't want to give you values. Unless you can skip those by just doing this, because reasons, I don't know. Owner, so we can right now just hard code it. Oh, okay. These are the filters. So owners is just going to be AWS Marketplace. Interesting. Okay, so owners, just this. Filters, actually, we do care. So let's go back. Okay, so this way. Filter. So name is going to be name. Okay. And values is going to be all of this. Okay. I guess. So this is the ID of the product. And I guess that's how you do it by AWS standards. I'm not sure I'm following here, but we'll see how it goes. So let's make this thing nicer. Okay. Then we can just console log the data, what we get back. Okay, if we can make it a little bit easier to figure out what we are looking at. Since we are big boys, we know how to type. Well, I don't know how to type, but sometimes I can manage. Instead of resolve, we're going to reject. That's why I don't know how to type with a whole error message. We don't care about this info. We just want to show the params, what we've passed if there was an error, what have we basically done wrong. Check for internal errors. Okay. Filters this way, owner that. Query, and then we can execute the query basically, right? So we have this, we have that, we have to initialize the whole situation here, which is way up. So this is it. But yeah, so that's the thing is, so when you initialize this class, you have to pass the region, right? US East 1. So I'm assuming to get all the IDs for all the regions, I will have to reinitialize this thing in a loop for each region to make it work. So it seems, in my opinion. I'm not sure. Let's see. npm run locally. Yes. Let's see what breaks. You're not authorized to perform this operation. Oh, okay. So cool. So we actually get our error, our what's the name of it? The payload, the params. So we know exactly what we've passed, and which is useful debugging information. But why it's saying that I don't have the rights when I should have the rights to do so? Maybe I just changed the API key and I forgot. So let me actually make a new set of API keys. So we are in development. If I go to YAM, what do we get? I get user. There is just one user. Security credentials. Okay. So let's just make a new set of keys. Delete the old ones. Generate a new key. Where is my code here? Copy and paste. Paste and copy. There you go. So I've done that. I can close this. I can bring the page back wherever it was, and then I can do also with the code. So now when we run it locally, what do we get? So not only I'm not authorized to perform this operation, you just saw my keys. Oh boy, so let's delete them again. Delete out of my life. Let's try this time to make it right. So new set of keys, copy, paste, copy, and paste. Now close the file, David, so we don't show them. We close this file too. Permission. Oh, I know why I can't, because I have no permissions. Perfect, awesome. No permissions, no bueno. So if there's no permission, what we expect this thing to even do? So let's give full admin. And now when we run it, what do we get? Oh, something is happening. Something happened. Let's put this. Oh no. No 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 no. Mistake were made. Move panel to the right. Okay. VM, Docker. And let's go inside, product, market. There you go. npm run locally. Okay. What have we got here? Damn, that's a lot. What? Windows Server? Did this guy just give us back everything under the sun? Image ID, image location, image type, owner. I think the problem is going to be with the filter situation, because owner ID, I'm guessing this is me. Right, so it's always the same. The filter, so owners, marketplace, filters, name, okay. Well, name, right? And then comma, values, and then a set of values. And then let's basically actually see images. Images. Let's go to the top. Images, and we need an array. Oh, images. Okay, got it. Images, and then image ID. Image ID. So that's what we want, but we are getting way more. All right. Because we should only get. So just to make it a little bit easier on our eyes, so let's do images, data, image. No, we're going to loop through this stuff, right? So let's do it differently. Okay. Images, data, well, images. So we have our stuff here with all the images. Save data for next promise. And then we're going to get our nice array. And we're going to loop through it, right? For, no, wrong. For each function, image, and console log, image ID. But while we are at it, we could also. Why is he unhappy with me? Okay, as always, function learn to type, David. Image location, attributes. I think even the image platform details. There's a name, just name, description. Okay, maybe description. Name. We can display two things, right? This and name. So this way, I don't know what's wrong with this guy in copy and pasting. So now when we run it, we should just get a little bit less data. Getting info. Okay, so we have the AMI ID and the name. And there is nowhere to be seen, for example, the OpenVPN My Product thingy there, which is annoying. Okay, maybe, well, let's see out of curiosity. Oh, okay, so it's filter, so, okay, so the filter works. It's getting from the name. Interesting. So is the ID that I provided wrong? I don't think so, but let's see. I do not have access. What have I done? Okay, I see. Now that I have to switch to a different account where then I can get the image ID. Okay, to do so, I have to go back to the organization account and get some data here. My organization. While you wait, you can stare at this. So marketplace, this is the marketplace info. So that's this is the ID. take a note of this. And then let's switch back to, for example, development. And then we go to yum. And then we go to roles. We go to organization. We copy this role, and then we go to switch role. Oh, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, I don't know, whatever. Role and the number of the account was this. And this is Marketplace. Let's switch here. So we are in the marketplace. Oh no, I named it incorrectly. Oh, bummer. Okay, so once we are here, we have to go, well, we are here, and then we can log in as us. Your marketplace account. Change your profile. If you want to see your current change history, review. I think maybe here. No, that's not where I want to be. How do you get where I want to get? What is this? No. Am I switched to market? Yeah. Okay. So AWS Marketplace console, for example. Management portal. Okay. Fine. So we have our products. Are there any sensitive information here? No. Okay, so let's go to server. We have, for example, OpenVPN. And there you, oh, okay, so maybe the product was wrong. Let's see. Let's do this and refresh. And then let's run it again. Hey, OpenVPN. Woohoo, it worked. Okay, I don't know what type of weird ID I've put it there, but the filter works as expected. Amazing. Stuff that was never seen before. Okay, so that's one thing. But now we have to loop through all the regions that I care about. Annoying. Okay, in this case, we have to make an array, regions. And then we have to copy the regions that we have, right? Ish, like so maybe. Almost there, we almost made it. Okay. And then we do this. Oh no, I hate when, full automation, I love it. No, okay. Got it. So we have to be smarter than this ID is. You think you're smarter than us? Oh, now it's working. I don't get it. Whatever. But now there's spaces here. I don't want spaces. Let's remove all this nonsense. I know there's for sure an easier way, but I'm not aware of it as of now. Maybe in the future. Fun times. Fun times. Fun times. Yay, did it. So now if we go here, can we click here? Thank you. Okay, and now we can do this, we can do that, and we have an array. Yay. Sounds good to me. So we have our array, and we have to loop through the whole thing. So then we make another array. Let's call it AMI IDs. It's empty as of now. There's nothing going on there. We are going to make a loop here. All right, but this is a promise. So promises and looping, it's a fun thing. So we have to be smarter than this thing. Okay, I know what we're going to do. We are going to have a function that we are going to then use promise all, right? True. Let's do it this way. Let's call this query. So the idea is that we're going to use promise all to run this. And so we are going to do this for every single time. Instead of container, we're going to have regions and maybe also ID, or rather region, one region. So this way we can do this. We have a region. When it comes to ID, we can have our ID like so, right? You know, name ID, this thing, and then we are going to return this whole thing to our promise. Query, and this is prepare the query in this case. Prepare the query, and we remove all of this. Remove. We don't want it. Well, maybe we want this. Okay. So we have container regions, right? So we are going to do container regions for each. Oh, auto completion is nice when it works. Function. Okay. Regions. Then we have one region, and then we have container promises. Ish, I don't know. Push, and you have our query with functions. So we have our region, and then we have our ID, and oh my God, David. Learning how to type is not easy. It's not easy. We can, the ID that never changes, right? Request ID. Let's do it this way. Because then we can add it in the payload, and so the ID can, you can change the ID while invoking the Lambda. So we are going to have here ID, event ID. There you go. Now it's simple. So we have prepare the request. Step 2, we are logging. Instead of logging, we are going to execute all the promises that are inside here, like so. I don't remember. How do you run promise all? Promise all. Just like that. Oh, and then under the array. Okay, got it. Right, good point. So when we do this, we have our array of promises that we are going to put here. And then we have a then. Let's see if we can make it a little bit more easy on the eye. We function, get out with this arrow stuff. And then we do a catch, error, rar, catch, no, function. Error, rar, 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 and then we are going to resolve it here with everything, if everything is okay. And then we are going to reject if something went wrong. We just do this, right? So if all is good, awesome. If all is bad, then we shall get the error message. Execute all the promises. Prometheus. No, I don't know. Okay, so let's rename all of the stuff. Step 1. Execute all the promises. Prepare the query, execute the promises. This is the query. Function. So this is separate. For sure, something here is wrong-ish. Maybe, I don't know. Seems legit. The only thing missing, of course, is the ID again. Okay, got that. Payloads, event, we expected an ID, right? ID and a string. There you go. So now we have already event gets attached to this container request. We can invoke AMI IDs. We are going to use it once we are sure that we're going to get anything. Okay, so let's see what happens. Clear and fire. Yes, I just fired clear because that makes sense. Prepare the query, cannot read push. Well, if you do not specify an initial value, you don't initialize the string, the key, the thing, it's not going to work. Hey, query, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we've got stuff. Our AWS was not able to validate the provided access credentials. Huh? What are you talking about? Execute all the queries. This is correct. This is correct. Query. Cool. So what happened is we prepared the query, then we loop through this thing. I mean, we push this promise for all the regions that we have. Actually, you know what? We can do it this way also to make it nicer. Region. So now when we run it again, it's going to be more clear what we are doing. And so we have all the regions. Now, we have a name. But why is this one failing? So, I mean, the promise is failing. So one execution to somewhere is it's not happy with it. It's not able to validate the provided access credentials. What type of regions do I have here? Oh, maybe it's because I have Gov, and Gov is not something that my product is in. Still unhappy. Okay, anyway, let's see if we can organize what we get back. So values, and of course, if this is failing, the whole chain is failing. The whole promise thing. So we have to figure out for sure what's going on. Right. So now we have to write AMI IDs, right? So we get the stuff back. container AMI ID in the push. And what do we push here? Yeah, actually I just care about the ID, nothing else. So just push a string if it's possible. So values, and it's going to be filters, I guess. And then the first thing in the array, and then the values. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. But this is crashing right now, so this is not going to be good for us. But okay, just for the sake of checking what's happening here, what we are going to get. So it's unhappy with that. By the way, I think we also have some sort of China, right? CA, or is it Canada? No, CA is Canada. China ain't something that I care also. So let's see if this fixes the problem. Nope. Still unhappy with me. Out failure, was not able to is it saying request ID status code? It doesn't say at which region is unhappy with. By the way, let's just test one thing. US East 2 is a thing. So let's see if we just get anything here. Okay, cool. So yeah, the issue is with a specific region that we have to now find out which one is it. But while we are here and this works, so let's organize what we get here. So we are getting back this, and I'm looking for this. Let's see. Unhappy. Unhappy with me. What are we looking at? I'm not even sure. Okay, cannot read property 0 if undefined. Why is something undefined? I mean, there is just one thing. Let's see what's happening, what's hidden under here. Oh, undefined. That's fun. Why is that? Why are you undefined? Undefined. So values. Oh, okay. What? Let's add another region, maybe. Let's have 2 regions. What happens if we have 2 regions? What do we get then? Okay. This is how you want to play. All right. 0 and then 0, I guess. There are 2 arrays for whatever reason. No. Okay. Okay. So there's an array, and inside there is an array of objects. Oh boy. Fun times with formatting and accessing data. So right, because when we get back, we get an array of stuff, so we have to loop through this array to get the different things. Boy, oh boy. Okay, so let's do for each again. Function like so. Let's call it value. So this is for reference for now. And we are just looping through all of this stuff, and then we get value. But then we get value, the first value, because then we are inside here and we want the image ID, and this is going to work perfectly because I said so. Yes? Hey, it worked perfectly because I said so. Thank you very much. Yay. Okay. So this is how it works. So well, basically we're just going to add one region at a time until we find the ones that are bad, that are now no bueno. But let's first explain what's going on here. Loop over the result and then just extract and keep the AMI IDs, which we care only about. Okay, execute all the promises. Yeah, I mean, that's all it does. Okay, so one step at a time, right? Let's move this guy bottom. Let's this. Let's do this. Okay, so we have US East 1 added. Let's add 2 at a time. So otherwise this is going to take forever. Let's do this. Let's see if is it still happy? I guess we're not logging anything, right? Not good. We could log something to make sure that we are getting something. Console log. Yes. So then let's add these guys. See what happens now. Hey, we I think find something that's unhappy. What's a P? South Africa? Not sure. Unhappy with that one. Is it still unhappy with this one too? No, so that one, this one is okay, that one is unhappy with, whatever. I'll figure out all the regions later on, but yeah, basically maybe even adding the region should be in the payload, so you can decide which region to get back, right? Instead of having them hard-coded here, again, unhappy. Boy. Happy, not happy with that one. How have I lived all this time? I don't know. Fun times of developing and figuring stuff out. Happy with those. Cool. Let's go 3 times. Can we do 3 times? I'm not sure why, but my head is hurting. Yes, we're happy with those. Okay, Europe, I think Europe is safe to add all of them. Despite all the virus going on. What do we get now? Okay, happy. Let's add the rest, and we done? Are we done? Please tell me it's... Oh no! What's this AMI? AMI, Saudi Arabia? not happy with those guys. And let's see if we are happy with these guys. But yeah, the annoying part with this now, little Lambda, is that if you add the wrong regions that are not supported, or the image doesn't exist there, the promise always just fail, right? Instead of keep on going. So yeah, that'd be something that I'm going to update in the background, because I have no idea how to go about it. But yeah, so we have this. Don't care about that. Can close this. Okay, so that's nice. We are getting the regions back. The only thing is we now need to make something like this. So it makes way more sense, and we can use it. And to do so, now we also we need to return the region. We need to return an object. We need to return a object when you're running the promise, because we also need the region in this thing. This is going to be object region, and then AMI ID, like so. So then when we do values, we need to push an object again. So this is going to be region, it's going to be value region. Oops, and then here AMI ID, right? That's going to be value AMI ID and 0. So then we should have the ID with the region, right? No, we won't. Value is not defined. Well, now, of course, I need to learn how to type first, as always. That's the biggest problem when it comes to coding. Hey, we have region and we have the AMI ID. Okay. But we also need to now format it in this way. So let's have a frame of reference like this. And let's make a new promise. Let's call it formatting. Do you put 2 T's or 1 T? Let's see what Google says. Google says I'm correct. Ha! Doesn't happen often, but when it happens, now it's right, it's correct. Okay, so we have formatting, we have our data here, so we can do this, do that, have it here, and we want to return it, right? So res message, okay. So we're going to return it as container response message. We're just going to override it, right? For each function, let's do it this way. AMI ID, but okay, so message response is, no, the response is going to just be Let's change it to this. Response. Where am I? Where am I? Response like so. So then we are going to response, right? So we need the region. We're going to do this then. Region. And then we need an object. Well, let's maybe put an equal sign. We have 64. I don't think we can do that. I mean, we can do it this way, right? And then we can do AMI ID. AMI ID. Funny. And what happens if then we let it run? We are not executing this. Formatting. Oops. Yeah, I need to update the mapping of my keys. Formatting. Okay, formatting. Going here. And we've got something. What do we have here? We have US East object 64 AMI. Okay, this looks legit. Let's see. Let's compare it. If we just have to change the formatting, how do we this thing is organized? But let's just do a few. And if we do this, yeah, that seems okay. So we have the region, object 64, and then the AMI. Haha, we did it. We have a Lambda that works. Awesome. Happy. I'm happy. Cool. So the thing that we can now improve is for the event, we can have an ID here, and then we can have regions, right? Because this way we're going to be a little bit more flexible, and you'll be able to change whatever region you want. Like so. Again, I'm missing the shortcut. Region, remove this guy. We just need to update the request. And are we going to use this anywhere else? Doesn't seem so. Okay, so now if we save it, run it again, we are getting the results. It's still working. Cool. So let's make some comments to make it more clear what's happening, and plus we can take the time to do a summary of what we've done. So promises, this array will keep all the promises for all the regions. We'll keep all the promises to get the data from all the regions that our AMI is in, right? And then this array will hold the result of the previous query with all the IDs that we've got back with the region. And then we formatted JSON with all the data for cloud front. Right, and we have this, we have our steps, and then prepare the query. So here what we are doing is going over all the regions that we want to query, and prep and make an array of promises with all the individual queries to AWS, so they can be executed at the same time. Okay, so say make the variable shorter, nothing special here. Looping over all the regions, making all the individual queries, right? And then once we have that, we go to the next step, and then once we have all the queries prepared, we can execute them in one go. We have this, we have that. Okay, formatting, this is important. Once we have our data back from AWS, we have to format it in a way that is correct for our cloud formation mapping section, right? And so nothing special here again. Loop over what we've got back, format the data according I don't know, format the data to fit the CF mapping standard. There you go. Haha. If you don't know how to type, just make it write in a different way. This is a standalone promise used to make individual queries to AWS using promise all. Okay, this is important to explain because someone might go and say like, what have you done here? We are initializing the class over and over again on purpose, maybe, I don't know, because we need to make queries to all the individual regions that our product is in. So that's that, and then we are just preparing the query, and then we're executing the query, and then we send it back, and we have our code nice and working. Let's run it one more time to make sure we don't have, oh, I see a mistake. We can remove this guy here at the top, which is not used at all. So let's run it again. Ta-da! And that is it. That is it. It is working. So yeah, for sure we need to add a way to skip the broken regions that are not supported. That's something that, yeah, that'd be a nice addition to make sure that it's just easier to work with this Lambda. You just paste a bunch of regions and you get, you can paste, for example, all the regions that AWS supports, and then you get only the IDs from the regions that actually the product is in. But for now, I have no idea how to go about it in a way that makes sense. So for now, this is okay for me. And in the next video, we are going to make the CloudFormation file as we did in previous videos. Nothing special here. We can call this init. Payload is this, ID is that, index is nice and clean, packages is in place, commit, push, and done. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new. And as always, have a nice day. Bye.